this past Thursday, the C1 Fund rang the opening bell and started trading on the stock exchange under the ticker symbol CFND. Ashley Mastronardi, who joins me now in studio, has more on this story. Ashley, over to you.
Thanks, Kristen. The team behind the C1 Fund says it's a unique fund that enabled investors to invest in a range of 30 high-growth digital asset companies pre-IPO. To dive deeper into this, I want to bring in C1 Fund President and CEO Najam Kidwai. Naj, joining us from London, welcome to NYSE TV Live.
Good morning, Ashley. Great to be here.
So Naj, what is the structure of this C1 fund and how is it designed to operate? And are there other funds like this available?
So it's a closed-end fund structure, which gives institutional and retail investors exposure to the leading companies in the digital asset space. It's been a long journey to sort of get regulated by the SEC over the last couple of years, but now is the time for investors to get exposure to this space. There are similar funds to this as well. There's a fund called Destiny Tech 100, which also gives investors exposure to the leading tech companies.
30, and how are companies selected for it?
So we tend to look at companies that are valued at sort of 500 million and above. Typically, they're sort of unicorn values. Series C and above, we're targeting companies that are regulated, licensed, companies that are basically building the next generation infrastructure in the digital asset space. So sort of digital banks, wallets, custodian, exchanges. We invest all over the world, excluding China. And we make sure that these companies are not doing tokens and they're not doing cryptocurrency. So real infrastructure that is being built to drive the next generation of finance.
So what stage of private companies does the fund target and what types of businesses are in your scope?
So typically we're targeting companies that have relatively mature. They've sort of done a successful Series C and above. That they're growing pretty fast. They're profitable or on the path to profitability. So those are the types of companies that we're looking at. And those are selected on the basis of a lot of due diligence that is done on these companies, strength of balance sheet, quality of investors, quality of the assets that they are investing in as well.
And Naj, what kind of investor are you targeting for this fund? Is this for someone who's new to investing or someone who has a little bit more experience?
It's a great question. So we're typically targeting institutional investors who want to get exposure to the leading companies, not only in the US, but Europe and Asia, but also for retail. This is the first time that with a check as small as $100 or $10 that you can get exposure to the next generation of companies that are building the future of digital finance. So typically that is not available to most investors unless you're a high net worth individual, an accredited investor, or you're investing in an SPV with fees. The most important thing about the C1 fund is that you get private market upside with the safeguards, liquidity, and regulation of a publicly listed vehicle. So you can get in, you can stay as long as you like, and when you need liquidity, you can sell your shares and move on.
And how can someone get involved in your fund, and where can they find out more about it?
We went public on Thursday. We're on a lot of the trading platforms. The ticker is CFND. You can go and learn more on our website, c1fund.com. And you can find us on a lot of the brokerage platforms and wealth management platforms where you can get access to learn more about the ticker CFND.
And what's next for the C1 fund in 30 seconds?
Well, we're very, very excited. So we've just, like I said, gone public. We're going to be building out this platform and giving that exposure to investors around the world. So this is not just catered to the US market, it's catered to Europe, it's catered to Asia. You will see other funds coming around this, where we are also going to be doing an AI fund in the future as well.
Najam Kidwai, C1 Fund's President and CEO, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Ashley. Wonderful to speak with you today.